Good evening. My name is Tim, and I have the incredible honor of standing beside Luke today as his best man. I've known Luke and Taya for about 6 or 7 years, all the way back to Pops Tires and Sodexo uniforms. You know what I mean? I've known Luke long enough to see him on his easiest days, his hardest days, his proudest moments, and a few moments that were deeply humbling. Today I want to tell you one story, because I think this story tells you exactly what kind of husband and father Luke is going to be. Now, there's a time when I owned a very sexy Alfa Romeo. As every Alfa Romeo owner will happily tell you, they're beautiful, they're exciting, and they are almost completely useless. One freezing February evening during sophomore year, I discovered the battery had cracked. No problem. I'll just pull it out, carry it upstairs, and replace it. Only issue was, I decided to start this project after the sun had gone down, of course, as the owner of a very sexy sports car. I did not own tools. Why would I? Luke was sitting across the apartment wearing his study glasses, working on anatomy. Grinding on your anatomy? Is that what I poked my head into his room and explained my situation. He stared at me for just a second and he said, "Let me get this straight. It was a sports car with a dead battery, no tools, and waited until it was completely dark to start fixing it." It was frustratingly a perfect summary. Now here's the part that matters. Without hesitation, he stood up. He put on every piece of winter gear he owned and he walked outside with me. For the next 2 or 3 hours, we chipped ice off of that battery with a wrench so full it practically glued itself to our hands. And when we finally got it loose, we carried that enormous battery using those tiny handles that car batteries pretend are adequate, all the way up to the top of Trinity Hall. Now, that would have been enough to make most people regret ever living near me. But not Luke. He has this incredible ability to find the humor inside hardship. He found the silver lining in frozen fingers. He turned inconvenience into a memory. We laughed through the cold. We laughed through the darkness. We laughed through something that probably should have made us miserable. And somehow, he made it fun. And that's Luke. Not because he fixed the battery, because he showed up. He always shows up. When it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable, when it costs him something. He shows up ready to help, ready to encourage, ready to make life just a little lighter for the people around him. And if you've ever spent time with Luke, you've probably experienced exactly the same thing. That's why I'm so confident today, because what makes Luke such an extraordinary friend, such a wonderful son, and an incredible future occupational therapist is exactly what will make him an incredible husband. And one day, an incredible father. Now, Taya, you're every bit as strong and capable as Luke. Individually, you're both remarkable people together. But together, you're even better. You sharpen each other. You steady each other. You remind each other that life isn't just something to survive. It's something to enjoy. There's a joy between you that's contagious. You make love look easy. Not because it is, but because you've chosen to face life together. Luke, Taya, my wish is simple. I hope your marriage is always your home, a place where you grow, a place where you chase new adventures, a place where you laugh often, and when life becomes difficult, I hope it's the place where you find rest, where you find peace, and no matter what happens, you always find each other. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses. To Luke and Taya, to a marriage filled with laughter, steadfast love, and to a lifetime of showing up for one another. Cheers.
Cheers! Woo! So Luke!